as brief as possible and try to be to the point. We'll get the words Danube, we'll get the words Romania. Let me introduce myself. I'm in charge, my name is Bartha, I'm in charge of a team, Water Institute in Bucharest, working for the past 2 years on the Danube strategy. This Danube strategy doesn't belong to us. It has been started years ago. And one interesting thing is that it's happening now. So for this, I would like to point out a few things which are of extreme importance to us for the years to come. First and foremost, I would like to extend my thanks to the Rector of the University, Professor Bartha, for giving me this opportunity to speak, to address this gathering. It is important because we are talking about the new Rectors' Conference. The new Rectors' Conference, which has been established in 1983 between a few countries, Linz, Graz, Vienna, Budapest. The new Rectors' Conference is gathering momentum. The new conference is getting together over 50 universities from 13 or 14 riparian states of the Danube River. The new conference, this Rectors' Conference, can be one of the pillars, one of the vectors of the development of the Danube region. And that is what is the most important for us today. Now, I would like the chairman of the session today, Mr. Mabush, to help me to transform, not to have a speech, because I think you have heard speeches enough this morning, but to have a brief dialogue, to have it a more interactive presentation. I left my speech in a briefcase. I have also about 10 pages. It can go to America and it can finish somewhere in Australia. But what is important is what is in it for us today. We are talking about the university. We are talking about the University of Babeş-Bolyai, which has hundreds of years of experience and 90 years in Romanian teaching. 91, I guess. You're 91. So it gives a tremendous wealth of experience. This experience can be put into action. And this action is, when I received the letter from Professor Kabush was saying, say a few words, 10 to 12 minutes, correct, Professor? 10 to 12 minutes about transfer of technology and about the European Danube Academy. Now this transfer of technology I'm to talk about, you heard it already in various options presented by my predecessors. So what I would like to tell you is I'm not here as I'm not an academic, I'm not here to present your paper, not green, not yellow, not blue. I'm just here as a messenger. And this message is coming from the Danube region, starting from Donau-Eschingen, Ulm, University of Ulm, coming down the river, Regensburg, Vienna, Budapest, Novi Sad, Belgrade, down the river to Lucé, Galatz, and so on. Now, what do we want to do here? It is the time, the right time has arrived for this region of Europe to be developed. D-Day, the new day, will be on the 8th of December 2010, when the European Union will adopt the strategy for the Danube region. This strategy for the Danube region will be communicated to the Council of Europe to start, to take position. It's time for the university, it's time for the professors to take their rightful position in the society, to be the elite, to be leaders. Leaders in progress, leaders in development. It is time that the professors will pass the message to the students, and I'll try to pass the message to the students as well, those who are interested, of course, that there is a great future ahead of them. And this is no story. You don't have to wait for one government or another to give you something. It is the right time for action now. And this action belongs to you. I'm talking for students, I'm talking for the academia, I'm talking for the research and development institutions, I'm talking for the business world. I'm a simple individual. I'm coming from the business world, and I see things in a different way. I have a different optic. The first 1/2 an hour, or first hour maybe, listening to the speeches which have been delivered here, I thought that somehow I missed my place. Because what we were talking about, or what I would like to establish is a bridge, is establish communication between the world of science, the university, and the world of business, the real world, the world where things are happening. And bring down the science into the field, and to make real projects. About 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, I was in some sort of meeting, and there were group of people, let's put it that way, a certain standing ministers, prime minister, whatsoever, in one of the regions along the Danube, and the discussion was on what is the Danube strategy. I was thinking that somebody would say, hey, what are you talking about? What is the Danube strategy? So, at the end, it was my turn to say what is the Danube strategy. And it was a simple issue. I can speak 2 languages. One language can talk about smart, sustainable, or inclusive development. Economic growth facing societal challenges. And all the nice words, we can put a whole book together. But then, it was a sort of a, by the way, I said, look, we have to wake up this group in there. We said, what are we talking about? About this European strategy. European strategy is simple. You take pork meat from Serbia, Vojvodina. This pork was eating corn, maybe from Romania. You take this product and you give a recipe, maybe in Szeged. They have very good recipe to make salami. They have very good marketing. They are selling this salami all over Europe. So you take the salami, you sell it in Zurich, and you sell it for euro, as much as you can. But you don't keep the euro in the Swiss bank for 2% interest per year. You bring it back to the region and you invest into IT, into high-tech. Because IT, whether it's in Serbia or in Hungary, sir, you are doing the increase in 2008, 2009, it was around 22-23%. Is it correct, Professor? In IT, the growth in Hungary on the clusters, on my figures, were saying 22-23%. In Serbia, 2009 was 31%. So this is where the future is. The future is here, in our region. The opportunities are here in the Danube region. We just have to face them, we have to get together, we have to communicate. And what I'm trying to tell our distinguished leaders, whether it's Prime Minister or President Even President Barroso will be in Bucharest on Monday. It so happens that I'm part of the delegation, one of the delegations in the summit on Monday in Bucharest. This summit is about Danube. We will have the honor and the pleasure to meet President Barroso. He's coming with a message. The message is, the time to develop Southeastern Europe has arrived. You, distinguished audience, and there will be some prime ministers representing 40 riparian countries on the Danube River, 8 European and 6 candidates, non-European, ERP, etc. To bring concrete projects, not talk. Talk was too much. The policy is made by Europe and by the member states. Strategy, policy, politics. It's made already. So we don't need to repeat and reinvent the wheel again. What we need is to come up with concrete projects. And these concrete projects have one magic formula. It's a triangle. I've seen it today. And it was a good one. This triangle is unleash the power of knowledge. And this triangle means education, research and development, and innovation. Get the academia, get the research institutions together with the business and make progress. This is what is the new strategy about. This is what they are going to talk about on Monday. This is what they are going to establish in December. And from next year on, the big project is to start. There is a train you cannot afford to miss. This is a train which is coming down, or a boat, or call it a raft because it's coming down the Danube. I don't know what is the correct translation from raft. In Romanian it should be plută. Vii cu pluta jos pe Dunăre. Okay? But the plută today, it's not a simple one. It has a GPS. And the GPS is bringing you from Germany. It's called Audi, Mercedes, and so on. Powered by the engine of knowledge, of innovation. And it's coming down. And it's coming in this part of Europe. It's expecting to find projects, to find people, because this is what it's all about. So my message to you, sir, and to the university, I am mandated by my colleagues from Babeş-Bolyai and from the Starbucks Foundation to say one thing. We would like to come. Already we have transfer centers, center of technology. If somebody is interested what Steinbeit means, outside, by the table there, by the entrance, you will find this leaflet which has been printed yesterday for this conference here. And it's written there that there is a Steinbeit, you have even a www, and it will tell you what is Steinbeit. Steinbeit makes Mercedes work, or Audi, or Bosch, and so on. It's functional. They have offices around the river, Vienna, Budapest, etc., etc. My target is to open in 2011 office in Cluj-Napoca, Timișoara, Iași, of course Bucharest. And we have an open discussion with the people who are interested to work. These people means the institution, the university. These people mean the students. These people mean the ones who are interested to work in projects. So, one, is it about a Steinbeit center down the river, number one. And number two, another offer made by my colleagues. I'm talking on behalf of the mayor of Ulm and Peter Langer, who's in charge of the new European Danube Academy. This European Danube Academy has been established already in Budapest, Vienna, Bratislava, Novi Sad. Spring, so February 2011 will be established in Bucharest already. And it's not a university. It will not replace the university. It is a platform. It is a platform of dialogue between East and West, West and East, North and South, between the stakeholders, anybody who's interested to work for progress in this region. Call it economy, call it culture, call it social. So I said I don't speak too much. One can speak days and days about it, because we can talk about sectors, we can talk about progress, we can talk about programs, we can talk about governance, how it's going to function, we can talk about finance, we can talk about many things. We are going to hear, you are going to hear about this in the months to come and in the years to come. This European strategy for the Danube region is going to be with us for the decades to come. It's going to bring planning back into the economy of the Danube region. Planning. Some people know about it, knew about it, forget about it, but economy without planning, it doesn't work. So we'll go back to this planning. Europe functions, we are talking about Europe 2020, the Europe of innovation. It's a 10-year plan to start with. In certain areas, we are talking about 2025, 2030. I'm talking about energy, I'm talking about water, I'm talking about connectivity. We are working on 20, 30 years, plan ahead. But social development, economic and social development, we are just talking about 10 years plan. And this 10 years plan is ahead of us. It's a bottom-up process. Everybody can contribute. And it is the greatest chance offered to the students who are to graduate in the years to come. Because once they integrate in this process, already there is no difference that they are coming from Romania, Hungary, Bosnia. Bosnia still have the visa, sorry. But on this other part, with a simple ID, you just go to the airport, and if you go on time, with 50 euro, 60, 70, 80 euro, you are in Germany, France, Brussels, etc., etc. And if you are good in your business, if you are good in your trade, if you are a good professional, you will find work anywhere in Europe. But then the question is, why don't you find work in Romania? Because that's where the opportunities are. And this is what we are going to discuss. This is what we are going to project in the future. And for this, the most important thing we need, and I'm going to ask, not me, the head of the delegation, Peter Langer, because we speak, a little bit of German discipline, even if we are 7, speaks 1. Because otherwise it becomes a sort of national assembly and everybody, nothing happens. So the discussion is very simple. We will try to pass the message that for the months to come, to establish a caravan of communication, a dialogue between the various stakeholders, between the industry, between the regional institutions, between city halls, between businesses. Because the future of Europe, your future, our future together, is the future of the cities and regions of Europe. We are not talking about powers and superpowers or republics and so on. The decision taken by the European Commission and all the member states together is to develop Europe by cities and regions. And these cities and regions, it is you are going to develop this. And these cities and regions of Europe
Raft meeting of the Danube Rectors Conference just half a year ago, the Hungarian universities received a task from the conference that we have to assist on a link between the Hungarian presidency and the Rectors Conference on the Danube strategy. So I would like to tell you that we did. So we have started a dialogue with the responsible persons for the Danube strategy for the time of the Hungarian presidency, and this dialogue is running at the level that the government, the office, you're asking for project proposals. So that process you have proposed is on the way.
Thank you very much, Professor Hobart. I would like to ask you something in return. You are talking about a link established between the Danube Rectors Conference and the Hungarian presidency for next year. I would like to add to this, to link also the Council for the New Cities and Regions. This Council of the New Cities and Regions has been established also in Budapest. His president is the Lord Mayor Ivo Gönen, and has as vice presidents Mr. Hoppel, I guess, Hoppel, yeah, the Mayor of Vienna, the Mayor of Budapest, etc., etc. So all these institutions, what I was saying, communication, we should work together. This Council of Cities and Regions are the other part of the balance. It balances. It gives the regional and city halls together to work together with the universities and the businesses on the same topic. So I will pick up the subject with the president of the council, and we will write to you directly. We will write to Professor Marco, who will understand he's the president of the New Rectors Conference. Excuse me?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Honorary president. He would be honorary president.
Honorary president, you see, to me. Okay, so we can talk with Novi Sad. I've been there last week. I talked to Mr. Eger, and she was the president of the Parliament of Vojvodina about the subject. So we can put things together, because what is important, we are all in the same boat. You heard about the Ulmschafter, the Pluta. I don't know how it says in Hungarian, but it's coming down the river and it's passing along Budapest, along again, and so on. So we should get together in this venture and to make the best out of it. And I thank you very much for your assistance, because I know that what you are doing in the Budapest University, Lauren, you are doing an excellent job on this part of the river. Anybody? Any questions? Otherwise the coffee is getting cold. So